legacy is genocide. The Palestinians is on your hands.
If Kamala Harris doesn't want people interrupting her book tour, maybe her legacy shouldn't have been genocide.
Hi lovelies, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranad. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos with commentaries and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP.
So lovelies, the former VP Kamala Harris was actually going for her book tour. She has actually visited so many places, and all of a sudden she got herself involved with these poor Palestinian people who decided that they were going to start protesting, in the process of her touring about her new book. And this actually got so many people reacting to the fact that why is she being disrupted by these, Arab Americans? Lovelies, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright, lovelies, let's start.
Your legacy is genocide. The blood of the Palestinians is on your hands. You pledged your full support for Israel while they Your legacy is genocide! You care more about protecting an apartheid state than defending the rights of Americans! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Let's bring it, let's bring the temperature down. Let's bring the temperature down. Unlike the current president of the United States, what's happening right now in Gaza, what is happening to the Palestinian people is outrageous and it breaks my heart. I get it. I'm not president right now. There's nothing I can do.
If Kamala Harris doesn't want people interrupting her book tour, maybe her legacy shouldn't have been. We made it a promise that every single perpetrator, every single person complicit in genocide, can you think of anything worse than genocide in the world? I cannot. Make sure that they know for the rest of their lives what they have done, how we will not forgive and we won't forget. And reminder, this genocide hasn't stopped. Why should she get 1 day of peace to sell her books and tell her story and her legacy as if this genocide isn't still continuing, ongoing, and Palestinians are at risk from being wiped off of the planet because of her policy? Genociders should not have not 1 second, not 1 minute, not 1 day of peace. May they be reminded every single day of their shitty legacy. May they not sleep at night. May it be very, very warm where they end up. If
a politician who did evil shit, you're actually not deserving of peace. Ever. For the rest of your life. I don't care if you're not Knox anymore. I don't care what political party you're affiliated with, you do not deserve peace. Does George Bush deserve peace? If Henry Kissinger or Reagan were still alive, would you all be saying, oh, well, they're private citizens now, they deserve peace? No, because that's ridiculous. Because those are evil people who did evil things.
Who she a talk about? Who she a talk about? Because I know she a no big sister general she a talk about. Evil. So let me get this straight. She is saying the black woman who was the VP and chat put down in the comments what the role of the VP is and what positional authority the VP has to make any substantial change or affect any policies. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat for me. Cause I'm confusion about who the fuck she talking about. So you're telling me this black woman who had no significant power to actually alter anything that was going on, she didn't actually do anything that happened, does not deserve peace. This black woman who tried to put herself in a position to actually affect change, but because of people like her, did not get the opportunity because y'all were actively campaigning against her and saying, well, even though this one claims that she voted for her, I need to see the ballot. Because even though this one claims she voted for her, she created dissension amongst the ranks. Because you can't be going around saying that this is the person that you're going to vote for. This is the person that you feel like would be better for us. And then actively speaking negatively against her. And instead of saying the good things that could come about her presidency, saying all negative things about her presidency or what could happen or the negative things that she's done, that y'all claim she's done, that she didn't do. To actively help her look like, what did she do? Where this black woman does not deserve peace. You like, it's giving very anti-black. I ain't even gonna hold you. And she named all these other people like, I don't see no motherfucking protest for George. I don't see none of y'all outside of fucking Bush residents. When they be on tour and shit, I don't see y'all protesting them. Talking about, well, do they deserve peace? They're getting it. The only person not getting peace is the black woman.
Liberals are actually so frustrating with their talking points, saying that Kamala had no power as the vice president and saying she has no power now. Like, I understand at this moment that woman cannot create laws or anything, but to say that the second most powerful position in the United States has no power or has no influence or has no say, like, we're just lying. We're lying.
Yeah, someone is lying, and it seems to be you. Because there's not a single person that has actually made a stance on this issue, stating how fucking stupid it is that y'all decided to throw away Kamala Harris for the reality that we have now. Nobody ever said that the vice president has no power. We specifically stated the actions that the vice president can directly take. We said from what the vice president can do, what did you want her to do? Then you said, well, she should have said something because of her influence. She did. She was the only one of the two that said something, since that's what you guys wanted so fucking bad, and that wasn't enough for you. So instead of just the lip service, the second and most influential position in America, actually, let's talk about what they can actually fucking do, because it's always just talking. Y'all are always just saying shit. Lay out what actually she could have fucking done. Y'all said that she needed to call for a ceasefire. She did that. She needed to call out how heinous the shit was. She did that. Y'all keep moving the fucking goalposts because y'all know that you're full of fucking shit. Give it up. Nobody ever said that the vice president has no power, and now they want us to protest JD Vance. The reason we're telling y'all to protest JD Vance is because y'all are not staying consistent in your fucking logic. Y'all are saying that the vice president needs all of this smoke, but there is not a fraction of the same uproar to JD Vance. That is the entire point. If it was actually the vice president had all of this power, y'all would have the same amount of energy for JD Vance, and you fucking don't. So yeah, the person that's fucking lying is you, because nobody ever fucking said that shit.
Y'all tell me if I'm wrong here. Donald Trump is the president of the United States, right? And JD Vance is the vice president of the United States, correct? Okay. So why in the seven hells is anybody showing up at Kamala Harris's book tour, raising hell about what's going on in Gaza. She's a private citizen. She's no longer in government. Folks, I said this last year, and I'm going to say it again, and I don't care who gets mad. These Palestinian protesters here in the United States, you're performative. I remember just earlier this year, when Benjamin Netanyahu came to the United States, you want to know what Donald Trump told him? He said that Gaza is great real estate and that we should build Trump hotels and Trump towers all across Gaza, and that Benjamin Netanyahu should turn Gaza into a parking lot. I also remember back in January, there being a ceasefire that was orchestrated by the Biden-Harris administration that Donald Trump did not keep in place. And y'all want to show up raising hell with Kamala instead of the President of the United States? You people are performative. And I understand y'all's frustration, and you have every right to be upset. However, y'all are partly to blame for why we in this mess right now. And we tried to warn y'all last year that if you get Trump back in that office, it's going to be 10 times worse. But y'all got all this smoke for Kamala Harris, but not the sitting president. You're performative.
Are we ready to have an honest conversation about the fact that it was never about Kamala Harris's politics and her ability to lead, and had everything to do with the fact that she's a black woman? Y'all said y'all main problem was that y'all didn't want her in office because you didn't think she was going to do anything about it. Now she's not in office and holds no official authority, and y'all are showing up to her book signing to protest? Meanwhile, y'all could just show up to the actual president and vice president's events to protest. Y'all could show up to where Joe Biden is at and protest, since he was the actual former president and had the actual authority while he was sitting in the seat. But instead, y'all chose to protest a book tour for a black woman who has no political authority. Now, I wasn't able to find the clip of them protesting, but I did find this clip of people telling them to get out. I'm going to keep saying that this had everything to do with the fact that she's a black woman, because if y'all recall, Joe Biden was vice president at one point. And did you know that the same thing that's happening over in Gaza was happening in many countries in Africa? And y'all didn't protest when he was running for office. Okay.
So let me get this straight. Kamala Harris ran for president and she didn't get the job because y'all didn't vote for her. So now she's a private citizen because when she ran for president, she didn't get the job because y'all didn't vote for her. She's on a book tour as a private citizen because when she ran for president, she didn't get the job because y'all didn't vote for her. And y'all are showing up to said, not just showing up, paying to go to said book tour with money that you could donate directly to Palestine to protest and demand she do the job of the president, which she doesn't have. Because when she ran for president, she didn't get the job because y'all didn't vote for her. Mind you, the UN, which Donald Trump was at, the current president, in case you forgot, was a couple blocks down the street. Mind you, Coachella was a week or so ago, which Donald Trump, the current president, was at. However, I don't recall seeing any protests at either one of these events. Right. I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin between when I say this. I need y'all to reconsider your reasoning because this is making less sense than J-Lo made when she tried to sell out that little concert tour. Y'all are never beating the racist and misogynoir allegations. Quite an incredible, unserious bunch. Hope this helps. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Everyone's allowed to feel how they feel about Kamala Harris and how she handled her messaging regarding the genocide in Gaza. I have my own feelings. I think it wasn't smart. I don't think it was strategic to make that a core issue. We could acknowledge that that's a very important issue and still work to get her elected, understanding that she would have been way better for the people of Gaza and for our country and the economy and the people getting kidnapped off the street right now. But I really don't understand how showing up to the first day of her book tour and protesting makes any sense. If you really wanted to bring attention to what's going on in Gaza, I feel like you should have showed up at Charlie Kirk's memorial. I feel like that would have got a lot more attention, because I'm assuming the point of showing up to her book tour was to bring attention to what's going on in Gaza. That's what I would assume. That's why you're doing that. Showing up at Charlie Kirk's memorial, which was 3 days before her book tour, which was getting a lot more attention and was trending, that would have sent MAGA into a rage, and that would have brought a lot of attention to what's going on in Gaza and Palestine. But instead, you showed up at her book tour to what? Harass a black woman? Like, I don't understand what's the logic. It makes it hard to take people serious who do things like that, and it makes it worse when you're not seeing anybody who rode that wave acknowledge that, yeah, that rhetoric and making that a core issue around her while she was on the campaign trail helped derail her from winning the election.
Seriously, lovelies, I don't really understand the reason why these people have to act this way. Like, let's be honest. Let's be for real, lovelies. Like, your people massively voted and didn't get her into the office. You guys decided to bring, is it Justin? Like, why are they not calling upon Justin? Why are they not, why are they not in the White House calling upon Orange Man, who is the president, who is a sitting president, right? So, why are they, so, oh my God, this is just funny, because she is not even a sitting president. She is a private citizen. She is just all around doing her thing. And you guys are protesting. What happened to this energy? What happened to taking this energy to the other source, to the real source? What happened to being so provoked to the person in charge right about now? Why trying to put your frustration on someone that is just minding her business, trying to do her thing? Someone that is so private. Like, what do you actually want her to do right about now? What do you want her to do right now? You want her to call for a cease right about now? Like, with what? Like, how do you even expect her to do that right now? Does she have the power to do that right now? You had your chances. You had a chance. You even goes as far as, to threaten anyone that voted for her not to be included or not to be invited to your community. Like, have you forgotten? I think I need to go back and research most of those clips during the, campaign and all of that. Like, they actually thought that people has forgotten the role that they play. And they are talking about somebody that only had 3 months. She wasn't, like, during the campaign and the election, she was not even the person that, she was not even the candidate. Joe Biden was actually the candidate. But one thing led to the other. Joe Biden has to step down, then she stepped up. She don't even have the time. She barely had time to talk about her campaign, she even called a cease. Yeah, she did. I even stitched the video. She called for that cease that you guys are here clamoring about. Even though she had no time in her side. Like, she only campaigned for 3 months. Seriously. She was not even she was not even the candidate. But things happen and the candidate have to step down and she have to step in. And she don't even have the time She was a VP. Like, why are people so hypocritical? Like, why are people like this? Where is that energy to this present administration? It is when it has to do with the Democrat. Oh, we all have the mouth, the energy, the ability to protest. But when it comes to Republicans, everybody's shaky. Everybody's scared. Like, oh my goodness. Like, what do they actually want this young woman to do right now? She's private, just doing her thing, doing her private business. She's not in the White House. She doesn't even have the power to call for whatsoever thing that you want right now. Then channel the energy to the person that had the power, the ability to call off what is going on right now. You know, sometimes when I see things like this, I just wonder how human beings operate sometimes. You have all of the nerves and the energy for Kamala Harris, but you don't have it for Orange Man, Abby. You don't have it for Orange Man. You know, that at least has the power to do something. But no, you are looking for someone that is minding her business and being so quiet and so calm because you think you can you can bully her because you think you can, right? Like, come off it. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's just assume that, you know, this woman was in power and became, you know, this is when you have the right to call upon her. You have the right to drag her. Because the same thing you are complaining right now, the Gen OC, I believe is still in place. It's still happening. So why are you not using this energy and using it to the other source, the direct person that you can just channel all the energy to? So why someone that is a private person just like you doing her business, normal day-to-day business, and you expect her to, like, she cannot even do anything right about now. She can't do nothing. So these people are just being raised, like they're just being so outraged for nothing because clearly she cannot do nothing right about now. She can't. But no, they have seen her as someone that they can just bully, you know? Seriously, this is just getting out of hand. And it's something that needs to be talked about. Anyway, lovely, so just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.